Hi, I'm Rahul Chatterjee, and be talking about India's banking sector and the various problems that it is facing. So, in the current scenario, there are around 27 public sector banks, including SBI and all its associate branches, and there are around 22 private sector banks, including all the banks that have been formed after 1991. Now, due to the growing number of NPAs, uh, a lot of mergers have been taking place in this sector, which have been reducing the number of banks over the years. Now, over the years, the credit in the MSME sector has been increasing. However, the credit allocation to the small firms have not been up to the mark. According to RBI, MSMEs have faced a continuous decline in lending for since 2015, and moreover the micro units development finance agency or the mudra scheme has not been able to provide adequate credit to this sector. Most of the credit that they're extending to are going to already well performing sectors. So one more major challenge is the growing number of NPAs. Now NPAs are coming from both the corporate sector as well as the agricultural sector. The corporate NPAs contribute to around 70 to 75% of the total number of NPAs, whereas uh, the NPAs coming from the agricultural sector is around 8 to 10%. Now, Indian farmers have protested for easing their repayment options and giving them waivers in certain cases. Now, people might argue that uh, uh, such waivers might uh, deplete the wealth of our country. But the thing is, by seeing historical data, most of India's farmers are actually quite willing to pay back their loans. It's just their inability to do so, uh, which mostly the reason behind their inability is mostly lack of infrastructure in India's agricultural sector, failures of monsoon failures, and non-implementation of MSPs, and there are so many numerous factors that are not under the direct control. Whereas on the flip side, NPS coming from the corporate sector is mostly due to mismanagement of funds, which is something that can be very much controlled. Now, the other problem is the rising number of frauds. Now, frauds are very different from NPAs. Now, NPAs frauds are basically a subset of NPAs. Now, NPAs might or might not be caused. I mean, most NPAs are caused due to the inability of a company to pay back their debt. But frauds are always intentional. Companies, while taking a loan, have the prior intention of not to pay back from the very beginning. And now, frauds might include accounting frauds, demand draft frauds, or fraudulent loans. Now, classic examples would be the recent PNB case where a fake letter of undertaking worth 11,000 crores uh, was issued, and the case of Vijay Mallya was accused of defrauding a consortium of lenders, and the defraud was worth around 9,000 crores. Now, 70% of India's population live in the rural area, and the government has taken very ambitious measures to give access to banking facilities to all these people. Um, but currently, India's banking sector does not have the infrastructure to reach out to so many people and people at the bottom of the pyramid. Now, the thing is, whenever there is um, a problem, great opportunities lies in solving these problems as well. Now, I believe a major opportunity will be targeting these people at the bottom of the pyramid. Now, even though setting up physical banking facilities like banks and ATMs for cash withdrawal might not be a very viable option at this point of time, uh, uh, I believe digital banking in rural areas is something that can be thought about. Now, since this would not require so much capital expenditure as the former might require, but this comes with a fair bit of challenge as well. People have to be educated about about the technology. before they can start using it in their day-to-day life. Mm, One more opportunity is the use of blockchain. Now, owing to the overwhelming popularity of cryptocurrencies such as bitcoins, uh, now, according to Accenture, the world banking sector will save up to 20 billion by 2022 by implementing blockchain. Banks like Kotak Mahindra, Axis Bank, and Yes Bank have partnered with global blockchain firms like Ripple already to provide ease in their banking facilities. Now, blockchain also provides a high level of security and safety while storing and transmitting data. It eases the entire know your customer or KYC process since it is very transparent. Now, one more growing field is artificial intelligence and big data. Now, AI is a very fast and evolving technology, and companies around the world are implementing it to give personalized experience to the customers. Now, the banking sector is one of the first adopters of this technology and is exploring and implementing this technology in multiple ways. Now, banks like HDFC, SBI, Axis Bank are providing personalized experiences to their customers by using chatbots to ease down the entire process. This technology can also be used to reduce fraud, better management of risk. The wealth management can be done more effectively. Now, these are all a lot of very good benefits that can be brought into the banking sector just by implementing certain things. So, in this entire discussion, I have talked about the challenges in this banking sector is facing and the various opportunities that lies if you can just eliminate these challenges. Now, hope this was useful to everyone. Thank you.